Okay, so let us start with the next topic of polity now, and the very important topic, and that is the fundamental rights. So let's talk about fundamental right. Let me tell you briefly about what fundamental rights are. Actually, these rights we have taken from Constitution of USA, where they are called Bill of Rights. In the beginning, there were 7 categories of fundamental rights, and each category was divided into some components. So we will see that articles. Fundamental rights are mentioned under part 3 of constitution. So 12 to 35 articles, 12 to 35 are fundamental rights. We need not to remember all the article names or all the fundamental rights we need not to memorize. Some are more important. That is what we have to memorize. This is the most important section of Indian constitution. In fact, fundamental rights of citizen protect them from the tyranny or power or authority और encroachment of the state. तो स्टेट क्या होता है वो भी मैं डिफाइन करूंगा अभी, स्टेट किसको बोलते हैं, और फंडामेंटल राइट्स जो हमें मिले हैं वो हमें प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं स्टेट से, रफली समझ लो तो गवर्नमेंट से. एंड इसकी प्रोटेक्शन का जो राइट दिया है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने कि हमारे फंडामेंटल राइट की प्रोटेक्शन कौन करेगा, दैट इज सुप्रीम कोर्ट. तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज गोइंग टू प्रोटेक्ट अवर फंडामेंटल राइट एंड गिव अस प्रोटेक्शन फ्रॉम द स्टेट एनक्रोचमेंट और टायरनी. दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ इट. अब ये फंडामेंटल राइट्स हैं क्या, कितनी कैटेगरीज हैं, आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट दैट. तो एज आई टोल्ड यू, फंडामेंटल राइट्स आर मेंशन्ड अंडर पार्ट 3 of Indian Constitution, and they are mentioned from Article 12 to 35. How many fundamental rights do you see here? Equality, freedom, that is against exploitation, religion, educational, cultural rights. So in the beginning there were 7 categories, and now presently right to property is not there, so that has become the legal right now. Let's now talk about some important points here. As I told you, fundamental rights we have taken from Constitution of USA, where they are called Bill of Rights. They're mentioned under part 3 of Constitution, and they are mentioned from Article 12 to 35. Part 3 is called Magna Carta of India. Now, what is this word Magna Carta? It is not English word. It is the Latin word. And Magna Carta, I will explain you the meaning of Magna Carta also. So these fundamental rights provide us political democracy. Democracy is rule of the people, for the people, by the people. That is democracy, and that means people are sovereign. So that political democracy is provided by fundamental right. Then there is a economic democracy also, socio-economic democracy, where we are free from our poverty, free from our want or something. We are not poor, we can afford house and all. That is provisions are kept in DPSP, directive principle of state policy, but they are not justiciable. Government will provide those things to us in future when government has a resource, but government will not take our fundamental right. So later on I will discuss the difference between fundamental right and DPSP. I will discuss there. Understand that fundamental right are something which government is not going to take from us. They are our rights. Government cannot basically encroach upon that. Now these rights provide political democracy. So authoritarian and despotic rule, I mean despotic or authoritarian rule of the government is prevented, or the nation in the country, and they provide the liberty or freedom to the people from the state. You know, the way we can talk freely, the way we can roam around freely, the way we can go to different places in the country freely, and we can do our own profession. So that is basically because we are given the fundamental right. Now the duty to protect our fundamental right is given to Supreme Court. We can directly approach Supreme Court for protection of our fundamental rights. So that means these fundamental rights are putting some kind of limitations on the power of executive or the government. These fundamental rights put some kind of limitation on the power of government, and these are justiciable. Justiciable means I can approach judiciary for their implementation. I can approach the judiciary for their implementation. Now, what is Magna Carta? You see, Magna Carta is Latin word that means greater charter of freedom, great charter of freedom. Through this Magna Carta, freedom is provided. And it is a charter of right agreed to by King John of England, and it was given in 1215. 1215 में King John होते थे इंग्लैंड में. तो King John was, I mean, उसकी पावर्स बहुत ज्यादा थी उस टाइम पे। उस टाइम पे वहां पे डेमोक्रेसी नहीं था, मतलब किंग का ही रूल चलता था, समथिंग लाइक मुगल्स रूलिंग इन अवर कंट्री, यू अंडरस्टैंड, और सुल्तान रूलिंग इन अवर कंट्री, किंग इज ऑल सुप्रीम। नाउ हु विल कंट्रोल द पावर और अथॉरिटी ऑफ किंग? King is all supreme. Who will control? But there should be some absolute power is not good. There should be some control on the absolute authority of king also. So King John के टाइम पे वहां पे जो लोग barons means think of some landlords or think of some ministers or something, उन लोगों को किंग से कौन प्रोटेक्शन देगा या आम आदमी को कौन प्रोटेक्शन देगा? तो वहां पे एक किंग ने एक मैग्ना कार्टा साइन किया। इन दिस डायग्राम यू कैन सी किंग इज साइनिंग सम डॉक्यूमेंट, एंड दैट डॉक्यूमेंट वाज किंग सेड के आई विल रिस्ट्रिक्ट माई पावर्स अथॉरिटीज, आई विल नॉट मिस यूज माई पावर्स, आई विल नॉट। उसने क्लियरली लिख दिया कि अगर ऐसा होगा तो ये सजा मिलेगी, ऐसा होगा तो ये सजा मिलेगी। एज ऑफ नाउ टुडे कैपिटल पनिशमेंट, फांसी की सजा मिलती है अगर आपने कुछ गलत किया है, तो जुडिशरी उसको देखेगी कि क्या इसको मिलनी चाहिए कि नहीं। वो पर्सनलाइज नहीं होगा, जुडिशरी बाय लॉ चलेगी। तो उस टाइम पे कोई लॉ नहीं होता था, किंग के मर्जी में जो आया उसने कर दिया। तो पहली बार मैग्ना कार्टा एक लॉ बना जिसके थ्रू किंग की पावर्स को रिड्यूस किया गया। फंडामेंटल राइट्स कुछ ऐसे ही हैं जो स्टेट की पावर्स को कंट्रोल करते हैं। So some kind of protection to the people, protection to the citizens from the authority of king, that was Magna Carta. So in the beginning there were 7 fundamental rights mentioned in the constitution. There were 7 fundamental rights. Right to equality, and it is mentioned under article 14 to 18. So 14 to 18 के बीच में जितने भी rights हैं, they are right to equality. Then right to freedom 19 to 22, right against exploitation 23rd 24th, right to freedom of religion 25 to 28, cultural and educational rights 29 to 30, right to property 31, and right to constitutional remedy. Now you see this right to property, that is article 31, which was in the beginning fundamental right, now it is no more fundamental rights, because as per 44th Amendment Act 1978 it has been removed and it has been made now legal right. So what is the difference between fundamental right and legal right? For the violation of fundamental rights, suppose somebody violates our fundamental right, we can directly knock the doors of Supreme Court. But for legal right we cannot do that. For legal right violation we need to go through steps. We need to appeal, and if Supreme Court accept our appeal, then only our case will be heard there. So legal rights and fundamental rights में there is a difference. So पहले तो first thing you have to remember these 6 category. Right to equality, which article? Right to freedom, which article? Against exploitation, which article? Right to freedom of religion, which article? Cultural and educational right, and right to constitutional remedy is not basically a category, but it is the protection of our fundamental rights. Now what are the features? These fundamental rights are not absolute. That means every right has some kind of limitation or restriction or exception. Like right to equality, everybody will be treated equally, except there can be some kind of constraint. Like when we say in case of employment, everybody is to be treated equally and his caste is not to be given any criteria, except for positive discrimination. And you know there's a reservation system. I mean SC ST OBC reservation है, तो वो तो फंडामेंटल राइट में जो लिखा है उसके अगेंस्ट है, तो मैं अगेंस्ट नहीं बोलूंगा, बट एक्सेप्शन है. सो दीज फंडामेंटल राइट्स जो मेंशन है वो एब्सोल्यूट नहीं है, मतलब उनके ऊपर कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शंस है, रिस्ट्रिक्शंस लगी हुई है, उसके कुछ रीजंस हैं. आर्टिकल 17 and 24, sometime 23rd also they say 17 and 24 are absolute, उसकी कोई रिस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है. You need to know that way. Some fundamental rights are available to citizens, others are available only to the foreigners. These fundamental rights actually protect citizens against the arbitrary action of state. You know, state is very powerful, government is powerful, you know, government has police system, government has paraphernalia, executives. So who is going to protect a common man from, if state wants to, अगर डीएम चाहे या सुपरिटेंडेंट ऑफ पुलिस चाहे आपको जेल में डाल देना, तो आपको प्रोटेक्ट कौन करेगा? सुपरिटेंडेंट ऑफ पुलिस में भी वेरी पावरफुल मैन in the district, so who is going to protect you? So fundamental rights are there. So fundamental rights can be against, I mean even your private organization can also encroach upon your fundamental rights. Not only state, even private organization can be there which is going to violate your fundamental rights, तो आपको वहां से भी protection मिलेगा. They put the limitation on the authority of the state, and Parliament. Now, who can change fundamental right? Can fundamental right be changed or amended? Yes, fundamental rights can be changed or they can be amended as per the constitution, and parliament is given that authority to amend or change the fundamental right. तो फंडामेंटल राइट को चेंज करने की जो पावर है वो पार्लियामेंट के पास है. जब पार्लियामेंट फंडामेंटल राइट्स को अमेंड करेगी तो बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को चेंज नहीं करना है. अब बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर क्या है? दैट ओनली जुडिशरी ओनली डिफाइंस. I've told you earlier also that I think in 1973 in Kesavananda Bharti case, there was a case called Kesavananda Bharti case when first time Supreme Court coined a term called basic structure of constitution. Okay, you can change the constitution. May I ask you who created constitution? Constituent Assembly from 1946 to 49. And that is formed only once in the history of any nation. So they gave us this document constitution. They said that this document is to be changed, amended by parliament and to be protected by Supreme Court. Now suppose parliament one day decides कि I am to change entirely this, totally change कर देते हैं, तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का क्या रोल है? तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला कि तुम इसको चेंज कर सकते हो, नो डाउट यू कैन अमेंड इट, बट अमेंड इट इन सच अ वे यू आर नॉट टू चेंज इट्स बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर. वो बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर क्या है दैट आई विल टेल यू लेटर ऑन इन डिटेल, but here I give you another example to clarify the things. Suppose you are taken a house on rent and landlord is there. You go and ask him, can I put my dining table here? He say okay, you can put dining table. Can I make this as a room, as a bedroom? He say yes, make it. He is not going to object to you. You can change that setup. That means parliament can change little bit things, amend it. That is required. But suppose you say I want to make a hole in this wall. Do you think landlord is going to permit you to make hole in the wall? You need to take permission from him. You cannot do that. As a tenant, you cannot make hole in the wall. But if you say your landlord that tell me in detail what I can do and what I cannot do, landlord cannot tell you in detail. Landlord says, okay, you can make any change in the house except you are not to change the basic structure of my house. बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर क्या है? तुमने होल नहीं क्रिएट कर देना है, तुमने बीम और पिलर को नहीं चेंज कर देना है, तुम डैमेज नहीं कर सकते ना मेरे हाउस के स्ट्रक्चर को. तो दैट इज समथिंग बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. पार्लियामेंट कैन मेक चेंजेस बट नॉट बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर इज नॉट टू बी चेंज. दैट इज व्हाट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. सो व्हाट इज बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर? दैट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ओनली विल डिफाइंस. You know, when Article 352 is imposed, national emergency is imposed, then fundamental rights can be suspended. Article 2021 cannot be suspended. These even under article even during the national emergency, their right to life and all. So Article 20 and 21 are to be given to the citizens or other than citizens also during even national emergency. Other fundamental rights can be suspended. The right to freedom and all, they can be suspended. Article 19 can be suspended only if national emergency is external emergency. If it is external emergency, that means if there is a war going on or there is an external aggression, some foreign country aggresses on India or something. Internal emergency, which is because of armed rebellion, on the basis of that, Article 19 cannot be suspended. You should know that. What is Article 19? We will see that. So fundamental rights can be suspended. Yes, sir, they can be suspended except 20 and 21. Article 19 can also be suspended. Yes, sir, but only if national emergency under Article 352 is imposed on the basis of armed rebellion, on the basis of war or external aggression. So as of now, national emergency under Article 352 can be imposed on the basis of three criterias. Number one, if there is a war. Any idea how many times we had war? 1962 with China, 1965 with Pakistan, 1971 with Pakistan, and even Kargil war. Kargil war can be called as external aggression because they came to our land. Pakistan came to our land. So on the basis of this war, we can impose external emergency or external aggression. But suppose army revolt, armed rebellion, or not only army, even police, paramilitary forces, if they revolt, that is called internal emergency. So Article 19 cannot be suspended because of internal emergency. Now what is Article 12? As I told you, fundamental rights are from Article 12 to 35. Article 12 defines the meaning of state. So what is state? You know, executives, that is permanent or temporary executives and legislature at the center and state form the state. State word, I told you, state nothing but it means government. State means government. Government means whosoever has power and authority. Whosoever has power and authority becomes the part of that. Executive, permanent and temporary executive, do you know? Permanent executives are civil servant. They are the civil servants, you know. And temporary executives are ministers. After 5 years, they will again go and to be re-elected. Permanent and temporary executives and legislature, MLA, MPs, they are the part of state. Then local bodies, panchayat, municipalities, district boards, there's a third tier of democracy. PSUs, statutory, non-statutory bodies, the bodies which are formed through law. Even private agencies which are working with government become the part of state. So whosoever enjoys some kind of authority through law, that becomes the state. That is the state. And our fundamental rights are to protect us from the state, something like that. So if you ask me, sir, is judiciary also state? Judiciary is another organ actually, which actually is created to protect us from the state itself. The executive and legislature, in nutshell, I can tell, is the part of state. So let's now go for right to equality, where there are articles from 14 to 18. Right to equality. This entire group is called right to equality. The first step in understanding fundamental rights is to remember the names of fundamental right and categories. So right to equality में equality before law or equal protection of law, that is article 14. See, certain laws are not, certain articles are not important, which I am not covering here. Like if you ask where is article 13, that may not be important. I will cover it when it is required. Article 14 is equality before law. Everybody is equal before laws. In eyes of law, everybody is equal. Whether you are a big fellow or you are a small fellow, you have to go to court. Like Salman Khan going to Jodhpur court, very as a simple man. So judge will not treat him specially. So it is equal before equality before law. Prohibition of discrimination on ground of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth. So Article 15 says that you will not discriminate on the basis of these things. Equality of opportunity in the matters of public employment. So whenever public employment is to be given, everybody is equal. Then you will say, sir, then what is the reservation to OBC, SC, ST? That actually is a positive discrimination. As I told you, these are not absolute. The moment these laws are written, there is exception is also added. Everybody is to be treated equally in the matter of public employment, except on the ground of if positive discrimination is to be given, if certain group is to be uplifted, which is disadvantaged group. Abolition of untouchability and prohibition of its practice. Untouchability, छुआछूत, अब तुम नहीं कर सकते, और ये एब्सोल्यूट लॉ है. तो अगर आपसे पूछे कोई एब्सोल्यूट लॉ कौन सा है, तो मैं बोलूंगा ये एब्सोल्यूट लॉ है, इसकी कोई एक्सेप्शन नहीं है कि आप अनटचेबिलिटी प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो, नहीं कर सकते. तो दिस इज एब्सोल्यूट लॉ. एबॉलिशन ऑफ टाइटल एक्सेप्ट मिलिट्री एंड एकेडमिक. तो तुम टाइटल नहीं ले सकते. जैसे मैं अपने नाम के डॉक्टर लगाता हूं, डॉक्टर विजेंद्र, डॉक्टर क्योंकि मैंने पीएचडी लिया है तो मैं लगा सकता हूं. सिमिलरली अगर तुम मेजर लगाते हो, कर्नल लगाते हो, आर्मी की डिस्टिंक्शन लगाते हो तो लगा सकते हो. तो एकेडमिक एंड मिलिट्री डिस्टिंक्शन लगा सकते हो, बाकी नहीं. सर अपने नाम के साथ जैसे पहले बोलते हैं सर गंगाराम, वैसे नहीं होगा. तो जैसे कई बार ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट ने बोला कि तेंदुलकर को सर का डेजिग्नेशन देना है, तो यू कैन नॉट एक्सेप्ट इट नाउ. सो नो टाइटल यू कैन एक्सेप्ट फ्रॉम फॉरेन कंट्रीज ऑल्सो. सो abolition of the titles and all. Equality में ये भी एक चीज आता है. So these are the right to equality. Let's go for right to freedom under article 19 to 22. You know, right to freedom is freedom of speech and expression. आपको फ्रीडम है स्पीच की, बोलने की आजादी है. तो प्रेस के जो लॉज हैं, फ्रीडम ऑफ प्रेस, वो इसी के अंदर आता है, स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन. असेंबली, कहीं जाके असेंबल हो सकते हो, एसोसिएशन बना सकते हो, मूव कर सकते हो, रेजिडेंस बना सकते हो, प्रोफेशन प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो. दिस इज ऑल आर्टिकल 19. देन प्रोटेक्शन इन रेस्पेक्ट ऑफ कन्विक्शन ऑफ ऑफेंस. अगर आपने कोई गलत काम किया है और आपको उसकी सजा मिलनी है तो उसका एक प्रोसीजर है, जेल होगी, उसका एक प्रोसीजर है. उसमें भी जो प्रिजनर्स हैं उनके लॉ, उनके बेसिकली फंडामेंटल राइट हैं. ऐसा नहीं कि पुलिस अगर आपको जेल में लेगी तो पुलिस आपको बहुत मार सकती है एंड ऑल. इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट. परमिशन लेना पड़ता है. मैजिस्ट्रेट से परमिशन लेना पड़ता है, जज साहब से परमिशन लेना पड़ता है, रिमांड परमिशन लेनी पड़ती है। तो प्रोटेक्शन इन रेस्पेक्ट ऑफ कन्विक्शन फॉर ऑफेंस, कि अगर आपने कोई गलती किया है उस केस में आपको एज अ आप प्रिजनर आपके क्या राइट्स हैं। प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ लाइफ एंड पर्सनल लिबर्टी, यस, आपकी मैं लाइफ नहीं ले सकता हूं। अगर मेरे हाथ में बंदूक है, मैं पुलिस फेलो, आई कैन नॉट शूट यू। तुम्हें यह भी पता है कि पुलिस को शूट करने के लिए ऑर्डर चाहिए होते हैं मैजिस्ट्रेट से, तो देन ओनली यू कैन डू दैट। पर्सनल लिबर्टी, यस, आपकी अपनी लिबर्टी है। राइट टू एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन नाउ, ये आपका बाद में ऐड हुआ है, आई थिंक 86th अमेंडमेंट एक्ट के थ्रू आर्टिकल 521 ए इज एडेड, राइट टू एजुकेशन। तो जो भी स्टूडेंट 6 years to 14 years, 6 to 14 years, 8 years of elementary education is free and compulsory. Protection against arrest and detention in certain cases, article 22। तो प्रिवेंटिव डिटेंशन कई जगह लग जाए तो उसमें क्या प्रोटेक्शन है आपको। तो पुलिस अगर आपको ले भी जाती है तब भी आपके क्या राइट्स हैं, राइट टू फ्रीडम उसके अंडर आता है। आर्टिकल 19, एज आई टोल्ड यू, आर्टिकल 19 कैन बी सस्पेंडेड ओनली इफ देयर इज अ नेशनल इमरजेंसी, आर्टिकल 352 लगा हुआ है, एक्सटर्नल एग्रेशन एंड वॉर, otherwise it cannot be suspended, right? So this is how it is to be, these are the right to freedom which you need to remember. Right to life is very very important article। अगर आप देखोगे सबसे ज्यादा ब्रॉड इंटरप्रिटेशन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने आज तक किसका किया है, दैट इज द राइट टू लाइफ। इसका बहुत ही ब्रॉड इंटरप्रिटेशन किया है। दिल्ली के अंदर जो डीजल गाड़ियां बंद कर दी कि पोल्यूशन फैलता उससे, वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने आर्टिकल 21 को ही यूज किया था कि राइट टू लाइफ। तो राइट टू क्लीन एयर इज ऑल्सो राइट टू लाइफ, और क्लीन एयर उसमें मिलनी चाहिए, तो वो भी उसी का राइट हमारा बनता है। तो राइट टू लाइफ इज द मोस्ट ब्रॉडली इंटरप्रेटेड लॉ अंडर द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। राइट अगेंस्ट एक्सप्लॉयटेशन, you know, prohibition of traffic in human being and forced labor, article 23। there cannot be forced labor, you cannot go for forced labor, so there is a prohibition of trafficking in human being। you know what is traffic in human being? to use human being as commodity, खरीदना बेचना, प्रोस्टिट्यूशन, वो सारा आपका ट्रैफिकिंग आता है, ह्यूमन बीइंग का ट्रैफिकिंग। तो दिस इज बेसिकली प्रोहिबिशन ऑफ ट्रैफिक इन ह्यूमन बीइंग एंड फोर्स्ड लेबर, दैट इज आर्टिकल 23। प्रोविजन ऑफ कंपल्सरी सर्विस, आपसे करवाना है, काम करवाना है कंपल्सरी, दैट इज बेसिकली दिस। प्रोविजन ऑफ चाइल्ड लेबर, आर्टिकल 24। so children below age of 14 years will not be allowed to work in a factory, mines and even house now। जब से राइट टू एजुकेशन अंडर आर्टिकल 21 ए आया है, उसके बाद 24 आर्टिकल का मीनिंग है यू कैन नॉट मेक एनी चाइल्ड लेस देन 14 years of age even work at home, that is prohibition of child labor। तो आर्टिकल 24 is also absolute law। so article 17 is of absolute and article 24 is absolute law, right? Prohibition of traffic in human being may not be absolute, why? because उसमें कंपल्सरी सर्विस करवाया जा सकता है। स्टेट कैन फोर्स पीपल टू डू कंपल्सरी सर्विस फॉर पब्लिक पर्पस, यस, आपको करना ही पड़ेगा, वॉर चली है, जबरदस्ती आपसे काम करवा रहे हैं, लेकिन स्टेट चाइल्ड लेबर फोर्सफुली नहीं करवा सकती। सो आर्टिकल 24 इज एब्सोल्यूट, आर्टिकल 23 इज नॉट एब्सोल्यूट। स्टेट कैन फोर्स यू टू गो फॉर कंपल्सरी सर्विस ऑल्सो, फोर्स लेबर करवाया जा सकता है। तो somebody ask you क्या फोर्स लेबर करवाया जा सकता है, आंसर इज हाँ, फोर्स लेबर करवाया जा सकता है। स्टेट कैन आस्क यू टू डू दैट फॉर मे बी इवन यूनिटी एंड इंटीग्रिटी ऑफ द नेशन, वॉर चल रही है वो करवाया जा सकता है। जैसे कई बार डॉक्टर्स बोल रहे हैं कि मेरे को काम नहीं करना है, लेकिन नीड है कि डॉक्टर को काम करना ही है, तो बाई फोर्स स्टेट चाहे तो काम करवा सकती है। डॉक्टर नहीं बोल सकते कि यार ये तो मेरा फंडामेंटल राइट है, आई मे नॉट वर्क। सो आर्टिकल 24 चाइल्ड लेबर लेकिन नहीं करवाया जा सकता। दिस इज व्हाट वी शुड नो। नाउ राइट टू फ्रीडम ऑफ रिलीजन, आर्टिकल 25 से 28 आर राइट टू फ्रीडम ऑफ रिलीजन, फ्रीडम ऑफ कंसाइंस एंड फ्री प्रोफेशन एंड प्रैक्टिस एंड प्रोपोगेशन ऑफ रिलीजन। मैं अपने रिलीजन को प्रोफेस कर सकता हूं, बता सकता हूं किसी को, प्रैक्टिस कर सकता हूं एंड प्रोपोगेट, फैला भी सकता हूं। प्रोफेस मतलब किसी को टीच करना, प्रैक्टिस मींस अपने आप प्रैक्टिस करना, और प्रोपोगेट मींस आगे फैलाना। आई कैन डू दैट, लेकिन इसमें फोर्स्ड कन्वर्शन नहीं आता। तुम, मैंने बताया ना कि सब में एक्सेप्शन है कि तुम अपने रिलीजन को प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो, प्रोपोगेट भी कर सकते हो, लेकिन किसी को उसमें एंटाइस नहीं कर सकते, फोर्स कन्वर्शन नहीं कर सकते कि मैं आपको बोलूं कि आप हिंदू बन जाओ, मुस्लिम बन जाओ, समथिंग लाइक दैट कैन नॉट बी डन। फ्रीडम टू मैनेज रिलीजियस अफेयर्स, अपने रिलीजियस फंक्शंस वगैरह आप कर सकते हैं। फ्रीडम फ्रॉम पेमेंट ऑफ टैक्सेस फॉर प्रमोशन ऑफ एनी रिलीजन, तो जितने भी रिलीजियस की ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं, बॉडीज हैं, उनको टैक्स नहीं देना पड़ता। जैसे गुरुद्वाराज है, क्या वो टैक्स देते हैं, या कहीं और रिलीजियस बॉडी है, क्या वो टैक्स देते हैं? दैट इज फ्रीडम फ्रॉम पेमेंट ऑफ टैक्स। फ्रीडम फ्रॉम अटेंडिंग रिलीजियस इंस्ट्रक्शंस इन और वर्शिप इन सर्टन एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट्स। तो अगर कोई एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट मैंने पर्टिकुलर रिलीजियस डोमेन में बनाया है, तो क्या मैं वहां पे रिलीजियस प्रैक्टिसेस कर सकता हूं? दैट इज आर्टिकल 28। मैं बाई फोर्स नहीं करवा सकता। जैसे डीएवी, दयानंद एंग्लो वैदिक, तो दे हैव सम पर्टिकुलर काइंड ऑफ बेंट ऑफ माइंड। गायत्री मंत्र अगर पढ़ रहे हो तुम डीएवी स्कूल में, हॉस्टल में, तो क्या तुम किसी भी रिलीजन के बच्चा, अगर कोई बच्चा इनकार कर दे मेरे को गायत्री मंत्र नहीं पढ़ना है, देन व्हाट इज ऑप्शन? तो बाई फोर्स तुम उससे वो गायत्री मंत्र पढ़वाओगे, ऐसा नहीं होगा। तुम बाई फोर्स उससे नहीं करवा सकते। कल्चरल एंड एजुकेशनल राइट्स। सो व्हाट आर कल्चरल एंड एजुकेशनल राइट्स? यू नो आर्टिकल 29 and 30. So protection of language, script, culture of minorities. Right of minorities to establish and administer the educational institute. So these are basically cultural and educational rights of minorities. You see, minorities can be on the basis of caste, they can be on the basis of religion, they can be on the basis of language also. Like in some state, if Punjabi speaking may be minority, in some another state, let us say a particular community can be in minority on the basis of the caste. So minority can be in any particular domain. Protection of language, script, culture of minorities. So minorities के rights are these cultural and educational rights, right? So when you know there are some Christian schools, Christian is a minority as far as the religion is concerned. Christianity are in minority in India. So Christian schools can only Christian get, obviously they can provide कि Christian community के अगर आप हो तो आपको admission मिलेगा ही उसमें, that is their right. That is you can take that, you cannot challenge that कि this is the Saint Mary school and only Christians are getting admission. So what is the you have told that everybody is equal, where we are equal. He's Christian is getting admission, I'm not Christian, I'm not getting admission, so we are not equal. So these are basically cultural and educational rights. Then comes right to constitutional remedy, which is the most important of all. This is the right to move Supreme Court. I can go to Supreme Court for the implementation of my fundamental rights. If any of my fundamental right is violated or is not being provided, I can directly move Supreme Court for its implementation. Right for enforcement of fundamental rights by Supreme Court. You know, Supreme Court has the power to give order or writ, that is called WRIT, writ. Supreme Court can give order to any body, any organization. That may be lower court, that can be government, that can be private player, anybody, that this fellow's fundamental rights are being violated and you have to follow this instruction. You are not to violate his fundamental rights. So under Constitution, protection of our fundamental rights is the duty of Supreme Court. That is mentioned under Article 32. So right to move to court, and I will discuss in separate video that these are the kind of writs or orders Supreme Court can give. Habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, quo warranto, these are mentioned under Article 32. So what are the fundamental rights available only to the Indian citizen? And before I go there, let me tell you, I will discuss this in detail under Article 32 as protection by of our fundamental right. This 32 article was said to be the most important article of Indian Constitution by the architect of Constitution, Bhim Rao Ambedkar. So Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar said that this is the most important article of Indian Constitution. This maintains the basically sense of Indian Constitution. This is the heart and soul of Indian Constitution. And as per Supreme Court, this is the basic structure of Constitution. It cannot be touched by Parliament. So Article 32 is something which is very, very important. So what fundamental rights are only available to Indian citizens? Fundamental right 1, prohibition of discrimination on ground of this, only to citizens. Protection of right to freedom, freedom of speech and expression, assembly, association, this is only for Indian citizens. Suppose some foreigner comes, some Russian comes or American citizen comes, he does not enjoy this. These rights he cannot enjoy. Right to minorities, right to equality of opportunity in employment, protection of language, script, culture, minorities. So Article 15, Article 19, Article 16. So which articles only citizens enjoy? which fundamental rights are only given to citizens of India? 15, 16, 19, 29, 30. These are the fundamental rights only given to citizens of India, not to foreigners. And which rights even foreigners enjoy? Equality before law, so he is to be treated equally by court. 14. Protection in respect of conviction of offense. 20. प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ लाइफ 21. सो राइट, लाइफ तो फॉरनर की भी है, उसकी भी तो लाइफ की प्रोटेक्शन चाहिए, तो राइट टू लाइफ अंडर आर्टिकल 21 इज टू बी प्रोटेक्टेड. राइट टू एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन 21. प्रोटेक्शन अगेंस्ट अरेस्ट एंड डिटेंशन 22. प्रोहिबिशन ऑफ ट्रैफिक इन ह्यूमन बीइंग एंड फोर्स लेबर 23. प्रोहिबिशन ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट ऑफ चिल्ड्रन इन फैक्ट्रीज 24. 25. freedom of expression and profession, propagation and practice of religion, religious rights, religious affairs, freedom from payment of taxes 27. Freedom of attending religious instructions in educational institutes 28. These are provided to even foreigners. So what are only given to citizens? These are 15, 16, 19, 29, 30. You remember this. और बाकी सारे सबको मिल सकते हैं, किसी के भी वो राइट्स हो सकते हैं. राइट टू एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन एंड ऑल दैट कैन बी गिवन टू एनीबडी. See, through this video I have given you exposure of fundamental right. I'm going to make a video in which detail of each fundamental right is to be discussed. But as of now, for the level, as I told you, we will move gradually. First level we have to understand, and then next level we have to go. So gradually you understand the depth of each of these. So fundamental right, whatever we have discussed in this video, that is basics understanding of these rights. This is what are the rights given to us, how many categories are there, this basic I discussed with you. Now I'm going to cover in detail article 32 separately in detail. What is article 32? Constitutional remedy which is provided to us, and what are the different kind of writs, that I'm going to discuss, and then we'll go in detail of these rights also. So whatever information is being provided to you, that is sufficient, just revise that, just remember that. Thank you.